Y'all, they is in West Palm Beach with their Bermuda shorts and their toes out and their flip-flops arguing over the tush push. In the hotel lobby arguing over the tush push with their toes out and they button up floral shirts. I'm screaming. Y'all, the tush push drama, it's been insane. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. We got a lot of news. We got a lot of nuggets around this tush push, including a heated exchange that included general manager Howie Roseman. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so this is an ESPN article, and there's, the ESPN reporter is getting a lot of sources from around the annual meetings, and then I'll get into some of our updates we got today. But this came out last night. So it was reported that Howie Roseman and assistant general manager John Ferrari and two head coaches on the competition committee, Sean McVay and Sean McDermott, gathered in a side hallway outside of the bathroom to have a private and animated side conversation about the Packers proposal. And they said this she got heated. Imagine them all in the hallway arguing over the tush push. Okay? I know Howie Roseman better have stood his ground. I have no doubt about it. Howie Roseman was probably like, y'all not playing with my tush push. You heard? Y'all better go in there behind them closed doors and vote for the tush push to stay. Okay? Howie Roseman about that life. Don't play with the man. Y'all, they is in West Palm Beach with their Bermuda shorts and their toes out and their flip-flops arguing over the tush push. In the hotel lobby arguing over the tush push with their toes out and they button up floral shirts. I'm screaming. So last night, Nick Sirianni was asked about this. Nick Sirianni was asked about the tush push proposal, and Nick Sirianni's response was hilarious. Okay, Nick Sirianni said, "All I would say about this is Jonathan Gannon, Shane Steichen, and Kellen Moore better vote for it, for the tush push to stay." That's what Nick Sirianni said. He said they are all in head coaching positions right now because of that play. So all three, I better have those 3 votes right there. And with the Eagles votes, I know I at least have 4 votes, okay? Because we know it needs to be 24 votes against the tush push for it to be banned. So Nick Sirianni is like, hey, Gannon, Shane, Kellen, y'all better be voting for the tush push to stay, okay? So that's 4 votes right there, right? So the Eagles would just need, 3 more votes in their favor. So Shane Steichen was asked about that. Shane Steichen was asked about what Nick Sirianni said. And Shane Steichen said, yeah, I think it should stay in football. And he said that Nick Sirianni let him know that he needs to vote for the tush push to stay. Okay, all right, Shane Steichen, period. Okay, so one NFL club told ESPN that their team will be voting against the proposal because they don't think that the proposal is honest about the reason. We're going to find that that's a common theme, okay? An NFL head coach told ESPN he thinks the proposal is motivated by pettiness because some clubs don't have quarterbacks capable of running a push sneak. It's weak, the club executive said. It's punishing a team who became excellent at executing the play in 2022 when Philadelphia was the only team doing it. There was a concern that it made the game less compelling because of the 4th and short no longer being in doubt. Then other teams copied it, and they can't do it well. It reeks of jealousy. So this exec wasn't exposed, but y'all, this kind of sound like it's one of ours. But y'all, the other one where it said a club source said that the proposal isn't honest about the reason, I think that's a non-Eagles one. A non-Eagles informant, okay? So after the competition committee session ended on Sunday, okay, Cowboys owner Stephen Jones explained that the committee's view on examining the play and the Packers proposal. He said, we're looking for consistency as a committee and we don't allow pushing, Jones said. We don't allow the linebackers to push the defensive linemen on extra points, and we're just trying to be consistent. These quarterbacks, I'm sure they would be wildly successful whether you're pushed or not. I'm sure Jalen Hurts will still get first downs at a high rate. Yeah. Okay. But like I said in another video, the proposal that the Packers put on the table is very vague, okay? And their proposal is so many gray areas that the Eagles can work around, even if this proposal gets approved, right? Because it's saying no immediate pushing of the ball carrier immediately after the snap, okay? But the Eagles, they don't usually immediately push, you know what I mean? It'll show like a quarterback sneak, then push. There's a little faking to it, right? Second of all, how do you define immediate, right? How do you define immediate, right? So there's so much gray area in this Packers proposal. And some club owners have been expressing that they're not rocking with the vagueness of this proposal that the Packers put up, okay? So one NFL general manager said they can't regulate every successful play that a team comes up with. If it passes, it'll be rewritten about 6 times. How do you determine what immediately is? You're allowed to push a running back on the perimeter. Another club exec said he needed more information on what such details meant before his club could make up their mind on which way they would vote, okay? Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski was asked about the tush push. He said, I don't think it should be legislated out the game. So I feel like that's another vote. I feel like the Bills are going to be voting. I feel like the Browns are going to be voting to keep it. Now, the Bills, somebody who's been running the tush push, a variation of the tush push, head coach Sean McDermott said that he's not in favor of the play because he doesn't think it's fair and it's safe, even though it's been plenty of data that has said the tush push is safe, right? And you run the tush push safely, okay? So I don't like that shit. But right now it's given confirmed. We got those 4 votes: Eagles, Colts, Saints with Kellen Moore, and Jonathan Gannon with the Cardinals. And like I said, Kevin Stefanski and the Browns, it's looking like they're going to be voting for the tush push to stay. So that's at least 5. But y'all, the tush push vote goes to vote tomorrow morning. We'll find out tomorrow morning what it is, what it ain't. Regardless, the Eagles is getting that first down. The Eagles is getting them 4th and inches, okay? Because we got all them thighs. Between Jalen, between Saquon, between A.J. Dillon. We got all them thighs. And them thighs is going to move forward, okay?